Ladies and gentlemen, you know what that means. You know what that music means. Yes, that's right. We are about to embark on a journey to Middle Earth. Yes, today is the finale of The Rings of Power Season 1. Ah, yes, I'm so excited. I'm so very excited. Episode number 8 has arrived, and we are going to watch it. And we're going to love it, and everybody's going to love it. You're going to love it. I'm going to love it. I am actually looking forward to this. It's going to be an amazing, amazing episode. This is going to be great. Okay, I'm already getting anxiety. I'm getting some flashbacks. I'm getting some PTSD right now. Let me just try to clear my mind. Partially because the last episode was so great. So where we left off, yes, of course, and I forgot 99% of the show already because of how amazing it is. Last episode, we ended with Galadriel and a few other, well, apparently they multiplied, I guess, the people that were supposed to die. Like there was 35 villagers. They all died from the orcs. They all died from the explosions. Like everyone died, and yet somehow they multiplied in the end, and there was still like even more than there were before. Because like legitimately, it looked like there was like maybe 40 people in the village, and a bunch of them died from the orc attack, right? And then a bunch of them died from the volcano, and still after that, it seemed like there was like 50 people, 100 people, however many in the makeshift little village they created where they all met up. So I don't know how that happened. They just like popped out of the ground. And who knows how they created that village, you know, the encampment at the end. Like there's a lot of things where we can just go, who knows how that happened? You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, Hallbrand at the end. Oh, and so I don't even remember what, like the whole thing was just like them walking to the encampment in the last episode and talking about who even knows what. I forgot by this time. We find out Galadriel is married. So that would have been good to know in the first episode. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
But okay, she's married to a guy that apparently left, and we don't know if he's dead or if she just thinks he's dead. So I'm gonna assume that he's gonna come back later on, okay? Because nobody dies in this show. No one actually dies. That's like one of the main characters, right? So Celeborn is his name, right? The husband, I think so. He's gonna come back at some point in season 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever. Galaddy and Celeborn and Halbrand Sauron is gonna have a love triangle orgy or something like that. Who knows? Anyways, so we go to episode 8, and so at the end, Galadriel and Sauron ride off in the sunset with Sauron's guts coming out of his side, and so here we go. Can't wait. Let us start it right now. And man, I'm just so excited. Oh, so Adar says he killed Sauron. My guess is he actually did, or he thinks he did. Sauron can come back even if he dies, right? So from what I understand, his spirit will live on and could embody like another body, and or even some kind of item like a ring, which I believe that was the case in Lord of the Rings. He was in, or a spirit was in the ring, the one ring. That's why when they threw it in the fire, he finally died, like for realsies. So I guess Adar probably thought he actually did kill Sauron, and maybe he did in physical form. I totally missed that in the last episode. There were some parts where I was just like blanking out in the last episode, and so I didn't hear some of the things they were saying because I was like, yes, all the little Harfoots were like scared of Gandalf for them jumping in the path of the tree that was falling. And then they're all like, Gandalf, you're the one that did something wrong here. Oh, it's Gandalf. Aaron Galen, the Greenwood. Oh yeah, he's headed toward the humans, right? Who the heck is that? It's a trick. It's a trick. It's the sorceresses. They're pretending to be Nord. Look at how creepy she looks. Look at her big bug eyes. This is definitely a trick. Look at... Wow, nice trick, Feminem. Okay, I don't know. Like, could you have used smoke or something instead? It was like go down slowly and come back up out of the. Hold on, I want to watch that again because that was kind of. I don't know. That didn't look that impressive. They they try to make it look all like whoa, sweet magic trick. I like the idea. I wish they did like some kind of something that actually looked magical instead of just like crouching to the ground and then coming back out of the cape. But you know, I do kind of like these sorceress ladies. They're weird and creepy and stuff. I want to see more fire coming out of their hands. Oh, they think he's Sauron! And he doesn't really know. They think he's Sauron for some reason. And he doesn't know who he is. So maybe he's gonna be like, oh, maybe I'm Sauron, and maybe I should do all this peril stuff. Except now that Nori taught him that he's not peril, he's gonna be conflicted. He's gonna be like, maybe I am peril, but Nori said I'm not peril. I don't know. I think he's gonna do some perilous things now. Always with the epic, serious shots of Galadriel riding and like all serious, like yeah, in slow motion, so dramatic. And Halbrand in the back is like hunched over, dead, basically on his horse. If he's like so badly injured and bloody and stuff, I don't know if riding a horse that's jumping up and down, if that's gonna be like, you know, hurting him or not. I forgot why they were out of time. Did they ever say why they only had till spring and then they were all of a sudden gonna all drop dead? What if I made rings out of mithril? They rode for 6 days and he was on that horse for 6 days with a giant gash in his guts. Why is she so rude to him? That's her friend and she's always like, why is it you're here? Does Elrond have a crush on her? Of course, you were in the wrong and she was in the right. Obviously, she. When is she not in the right? He should have trusted her. He should have not let her on the ship and listened to her, blah, blah, blah. Her smoky eye is looking a little crusty, I have to say. So look at that. Look at that smoky eye. Little. Needs to be touched up, you know what I'm saying? Little smudged. Is she gonna say I missed you? Look at that little, she almost smiled there. Look, but she didn't say I missed you. Look at that. We've never seen a smile from her. This is a new development. What the heck? No, you can't swim. You're not in water. Elrond says he missed her. She doesn't say anything. She doesn't say I missed you too. That's what you're supposed to say. Even if you don't, you're supposed to be polite and be like, I missed you too. But she just lets him say I missed. Either he's the biggest simp and he like really likes her and is into her and she catches on to that and is like, you're friend zoned. Or they actually are friends and she's just a big jerk and he actually has, you know, friendship feelings towards her and misses her and she's just an asshole. I'm going to go with option number 2.
He's not here, is he?
The Celebrimbor. And he smiles. He's like, oh, yes. I am Celebrimbor. Wow, such flattery. That was... He acted as if he gave him so much flattery, but all he said was like, the Celebrimbor. The Celebrimbor. Oh, you flatter me too much. Well, since you said the Celebrimbor. Oh my gosh, I thought that the mithril was extremely important and like a huge secret and all this stuff. And now this guy, Celebrimbor, is just leaving it sitting out and letting Halbrand and other people just walk on in and not hiding it or anything. Is it not like that important anymore? He's like, what's this? Oh, it's just some mithril. All right, so obviously it's like he's all hinting at how great he is at like forging and stuff. Because he's Sauron, of course. All right, they're sitting here talking about how to like combine ores and make different alloys and all this stuff. I'm like, tight. Thanks for all the details on how I think I know enough now I can go and create my own forge. Why is he so like surprised by this revelation that he could combine metals to enhance them? And he's Celebrimbor, supposed to be like the best forger in like what, the world? And Halbrand is teaching him, well, if you just combine metals, you might enhance them and make them better. Well, I used to add nickel to iron and make it even stronger and lighter. Like Cruella Brimborn wouldn't know this stuff.
An intriguing suggestion.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sauron is so manipulative. This image looks like kind of like fake. Where'd the king go? Why is there no one there if he's so sick? If the king is so sick, there's like no one there to help. They're like a mile away. She has to go and yell at them. Shouldn't there be like an assistant there? He's like basically dying. Da, da, da. So he thinks she's Muriel, right? Oh, the Palantir? She's gonna touch the Palantir?
Precisely what manner of object?
A ring? I wonder if I guessed it correctly. One object instead of every elf being bathed in liquefied mithril, where we need 10,000 tons. All we need now is one object. But how? An alloy? What would an alloy do? A crown.
A crown. A circular form.
They're like going like a roundabout way of getting to the ring. They're like, possibly something that you would wear. Maybe circular, a crown. Yes, a crown, something that you can carry with you. And then this is like their evolution of the ring. Is like it goes from like everyone must carry mithril or something to like a crown to finally like a bracelet, and then it's gonna be finally a ring. All right, how do they know that this is how mithril works? Like electricity? They're like, yes, if it's circular, the mithril will become even more powerful, like perpetual energy. And like electricity, if there's a circuit and you keep pumping energy into it, it'll keep growing and growing like a battery. And you'll be wearing a crown battery. What are they talking about? And they just believe, like, do they know this is how mithril works? Do they know this stuff? They're like, oh yeah. Based off of what I know about mithrology, yeah, when you circuit it in a circle, it becomes more powerful. So yeah, that makes perfect sense that a crown
Anyone being High King
would work.
You.
Was she there the whole time? I didn't even see her. Oh man, they're like coming up with this stuff on the fly, but it looks like so contrived. Like,
Be standing here at all.
then kick her out. Why is she there? You should not be standing there at all. So kick her out. Like you're the king. Just to be like, has to. I missed that part. Oh, you know what? He was explaining. High King Gil-galad was explaining to Elrond when they were at the tree. He was explaining all that stuff about, I guess that's probably when he was being like, and the tree is going to lose the leaves and then we're going to die or whatever. I missed that because I was watching High King Gil-galad's mouth being out of sync with what he was saying. So I wasn't even paying attention. Galadriel is getting this idea that maybe something is wrong here. Maybe Halbrand was manipulating people or something. She's getting suspicious of Halbrand now. She's seeing that Halbrand is manipulating everybody. That's not very much mithril to go off of. So I guess they're testing. Oh, so okay. I was wondering why the episode was called Alloyed, but it's alloyed.
Because they're gonna alloy the mithril.
Makes sense now. But is that enough to like try different alloys and figure out what's the best ratio and stuff? One little chunk. I mean, they do have Sauron. So this guy's definitely Sauron. They're finally making it a lot more obvious. I mean, it was somewhat obvious for the whole entire show that he was most likely Sauron. But they're making it a lot more obvious in this episode now. So since Galadriel is now realizing maybe he's manipulating people, they're putting more focus on it. So it's very clear he's going to end up being someone bad by the end of this episode. Obviously, it's going to be Sauron. Come on. Come on, guys. I mean, come on. Who else is it going to be?
Period.
Slow as usual.
I know, but give
Hey, doesn't she have a husband? Come on. Oh, I'm just not paying attention to what people are saying. See, they're playing like evil violin music right now. He was like, I'll never forget that you've pushed me to new heights, and I'll make sure no one else forgets either. They finally talk. They are finally talking. The first words coming out of the M&Ms. I kind of like these girls with their BDSM like chest plates and all that stuff. It's kind of hot, you know, a little bit. Except for the girl with like the dirty hand, the black hands. Not so much, not so much. But so they think he's Sauron because he came down. So I guess they had some sort of, they didn't say, but they had some sort of reason to believe that Sauron was coming down because he was being cast down, right? Even though maybe he's been there for a long time already, hasn't he? I don't know. Like, this is the second age, right? So did Sauron, was he supposed to come only in the second age, or should he have been around for since like the first age? I don't know the timeline, how it's supposed to be. But I guess these chica bonita, well, not even bonitas, chica weirdos, have this inkling that he's supposed to come down. So maybe they had some sort of prophecy or something. And so they're doing this here to like trick us, you know, red herring, I guess, and be like, oh, this Gandalf is Sauron. Just kidding. It's Halbrand. I actually like these characters. I want a show with these 3 sorceresses and a couple dwarves and maybe Sauron. That'd be cool. The Balrog. That would be kind of a cool show. So are they going to make this guy a blue wizard instead of Gandalf? Because this is saying the general trivia. It's saying that they might take him to the east of Middle Earth. And I believe it was the blue wizards that went to the east. And then, like, we don't know what happened to them. So maybe he's actually going to be a blue wizard. You're a wizard, Harry. I like their echoey voices. Fire obeys you. No. No, he's not. He's Gandalf. They're so good at hiding. The sorceresses probably smell them hiding over there. I thought we got rid of these stupid Harfoots. I swear, the Harfoots just make me sleepy. It was a trick. Ooh, see, I like these sorceress characters. They can shapeshift. One of them shapeshifted into Nori earlier, and then this one shapeshift into Gandalf just now. Hey! Hey! Oh my god, he's gotta be dead. They killed him, yes! Did he die? That was cool. See, I like these characters. I want to see more of these. Why didn't they just do the show with these sorceresses from the beginning? And not the Harfoots. No, not the Harfoots, no. Maybe the Harfoots if they kill them all or something. Okay, that's fine. But these are like really cool. Like she can shapeshift into leaves and stuff. And oh yeah, I forgot in the trailer. Of course, nothing of consequence happens. I have to keep reminding myself of that. Gandalf's gonna come and save them all. The strongest one. That was too dramatic. Oh, there's some action going on though. They're actually having like a wizard's duel. This is pretty cool. What? What? Wait. What? The one Harfoot, what's his name? Whatever. The leader guy, he just came out of the ground. Like I thought he was stabbed. He just came out of the ground. I thought he was stabbed in the guts. Wasn't he just stabbed? Where did he come from? How did he create that hole all of a sudden, like right there where they were? How did they know where to go? And then he what? Just dug a hole and put a leaf blanket over him? No, he came out of nowhere. Are you serious? Come on. Don't make the Harfoots beat 3 super powerful sorcerers. Make the hobbits die, please. Yes, burn them all. Yes, burn her alive. It's what you do that defines you, Batman.
It'll only hurt for a moment.
Actually, that'll be a very painful way to go. You might burn for a few minutes there. It might not just be a moment. Sauron is gonna save the day. That's because of Nori. Nori has convinced him with her 3-second speech, like usual in this show. 3-second speeches always convince people one way or another. You're not Peril? Oh, okay, I guess I'll help you.
I'm good.
I am good. He just said, I am good. He is, I am good. I don't know. The dialogue needs a little help in this show. I don't know if you knew that or not, but I'm just realizing it right now that the dialogue might need a little help. Well, that was easy. I guess he just like just has a lot of control over his magic now all of a sudden. Where 3 seconds ago he didn't. Like he had like absolutely no control over his magic, and like 3 seconds later he's like, "Oh, I guess I can just turn them into moths and kill all 3 of these powerful wizards." Okay. Like how long does it take to learn something in this show? 3 seconds. Boom. Hey, what happened to the dude that got stabbed in the gut? It's okay. No one dies in this show. He probably has the same injury as Halbrand. He'll be fine. Halbrand was fine. He rode millions of miles on a horse with his guts coming out. Sadek will be just fine with another gut like stabbing. No problem. No problem. His acting is not very good. I'm afraid I'm about to go wandering off trail. I'm supposed to be sad here. He doesn't look like he's like on death's door and he's just sitting there just talking normal. The production is weird in this show. It's and the like cuts and stuff, the flow of the show. He's like sitting there, and then the next second, all of a sudden, the sun comes up. I think I'll sit a while and wait for the sun to rise, and then it rises 3 seconds later. Why is everything so convenient in this show and quick? Give us some more like realistic timelines. They don't know how to do that. It's like everything's either super condensed or spread out depending on what they need with the storyline and plot. Well, I kind of liked that fight and everything with the 3, but are they done? They're gone? Like that was it. We barely saw those 3 girls, the 3 M&Ms. We saw them once at the beginning for 3 seconds, and then later again, like another 5 seconds, and then Gandalf kills them all in like 10 seconds. We barely saw anything about them. They're really ending that I don't know, plot arc or that antagonist that soon. That should have been a much more bigger antagonist or a bigger plot thing where we got to follow these 3 witches, whatever they are, and figure out where they're from and what they're doing and stuff. But I guess they're just dead now. We didn't even figure out what they were or who they were. Who are they? We just know that they were looking for Sauron. So they were followers of Sauron, and that's it. That's all we know.
Patronize me like that again, Captain. I'll have your ship.
He just complimented her. He was like, "You're doing well." And then she's like, patronizing. He wasn't patronizing you. It looked like a heartfelt compliment. What are you talking about? Stupid. Patronize me again. Shut up. So did they ever go back to find Elendil's son, Isildur, right? That's his name? They just left? They didn't go back and look for him? Why'd they leave in the first place without looking for him? They knew he was crushed. He was crushed, right? So why didn't they go try to get him out of there? And why didn't they go back to get him? I don't know. Okay. All right. They just leave. They're just like, oh, sorry, not going to retrieve the body. What are they talking about here? Again, more discourse, more talking about nothing. They're just like, oh, we just need to keep on keeping on. Let's just keep on keeping. That's basically all they said just now. Let's just keep on keeping on. No progress in the plot. No backstories. Like, instead of all this filler speech, they should fill it with backstory or something of the characters. That's kind of like what you do in a movie or a show, so that you get to know them better. But instead, they're just like, let's just keeping on, keep on keeping on. This show is not very good. Oh, so what's his face? I guess took over. There's all these black flags, so I guess there's been some kind of a mutiny or something with Karl Marx dude. I don't know what's going on in this show. This guy, I thought he was good. I don't know if he's good or bad. I mean, he was going against other people, right? But it sounded like he wanted to do good things like trade and all this stuff. But now they're kind of portraying him like he's bad. So I don't know if he's supposed to be good or bad. I guess he's supposed to be bad, but it sounded like he was actually good. Galadriel. The Mithril is proud. What does that even mean? Stop with that madness of the script, okay? Someone please rewrite the next script for the next season. He just said you don't have any time, and now she's like, perhaps we shouldn't push too hard. He just said they didn't have any time. Now this episode is sounding like one of those animes, where they like explain everything that they're doing, like in a technical manner. So it's supposed to sound like all smart and they know what they're doing, and like so they're like, oh, maybe this magic didn't tap into the unknown. When I tried to pull my Yu-Gi-Oh card against my opponent, he used the double bypass surgery attack. But when I pulled my third card, I could bypass the bypass attack, and somehow blah blah. Uh-oh, there's suspicion between Halbrand and Galadriel. So Galadriel's finding out information about Halbrand.
Smaller.
Like a ring. Do they really think they're being smart here? Like, just come out with it, okay? We already know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a ring. They're like, not exactly another crown. Something smaller and round. Like a ring, perhaps. But maybe not. Just say it. We know what it is already. We know what it's gonna be. Oh!
Galadriel, I'm afraid I don't.
It's very easy just to become the king of something on this show. All you have to do is like have a fake sigil and be like, I'm the king of the Southlands, and people will believe you and be like, hail the king. And it's also apparently very easy to disprove that someone's the king. All you have to do is look up a scroll that's like in the same building you're in, and you'll find out. I don't get it. Why didn't you do that from the beginning? Aren't you supposed to like look that information up and confirm whether or not someone's a king, even though they just said they are?
I've had many names.
Obviously. Oh my gosh. I'm not amazed because of the reveal that it's Sauron. I'm amazed by how much they think I'm supposed to be amazed. Yes, we know it's Sauron. We know. Wow. Wow, it's Sauron. What? Do you know why a ship floats? Honestly, though, this episode is probably the best one, I want to say. I mean, there's been some action, even though they died too soon. The M&Ms, Feminems. There's still all this cheesy dialogue and crap. But there's actually things going on here. They're finally, and that's why, it's because they're revealing things about the plot, which we already knew, but they're still revealing it. So finally, like everything, it feels like this whole show has just been filler to get to an episode where they actually show part of the plot. Finally. Oh my gosh. Holy crap. She's actually smiling. Oh, Sauron wants her to be his little girly. Why? He just has like a crush on her. Like he has a boner for her. They haven't been hanging out for that long, and she's been nothing but a big pain the whole time. I hope that they get married and they both become evil, because Galadriel's already there. It would be more interesting. Like, just totally change everything. They've already apparently changed everything about Lord of the Rings for this show. Just change everything. Make Galadriel evil. This is an alternate universe. Galadriel and Sauron go off and take over the world. Like, I'm down for that. Like, that would be a cool twist. And it would be like, oh, this is the reason why we've been like hating Galadriel this whole time, is because she's actually the villain. That would be cool. Like, you would have my attention there if you did that. Instead of her being good this whole time, we're like, actually she's evil. Slit his throat right now. Get his throat right now. Look, despite the problems of this episode, which is the same as basically every other episode, with some of the acting, the timelines, and we don't know like how long things are supposed to take, or why the sun comes up 3 seconds later after he says, I'm gonna sit here and wait for the sun to come up. And the dialogue, a lot of the dialogue. This is actually the best episode. There's actually plot that is moving forward, storyline that is moving forward, even though it's stuff we like knew this whole time. They're actually finally doing things, and I'm feeling like, oh my gosh, finally. Thank you. Should have done this episode number 1. It actually feels like a real episode. Why didn't Sauron kill her right there? Oh, maybe he's still going to try to turn her. I was like, why didn't he kill her right there? But maybe he still wants her as his bride. I don't know why. I guess he just knows that Galadriel is really powerful or something. So he's like, we could rule together. What powers? How do they know what the powers are of the metal that they're forging? Well, I guess she can't tell them about Sauron because, or else they'll be mad at her because she was friends with Sauron. Gold and silver from Valinor. That's where they make 24 karat. Valinor, isn't that like the Undying Lands? Why don't they just refine the gold and silver? Like make it 24 karat like pure. They can do all this other stuff with forging and melting and like adding zinc and whatever. They can't make 24 karat. I still don't know what Galadriel's arc is. Did Sadoc die? They didn't show him die. They were just, maybe he closed his eyes and he died. Did he die? Someone actually died? So far, they revealed that the stranger is not bad, like we already knew, and Sauron is Halbrand, like we already knew. What else are they gonna show us that we already know? Oh yeah, they're gonna forge the ring, which we already knew. What are you talking about? She's all talking about like she had an adventure. She did not have an adventure. She walked. She just said like, I think I've had as much as adventure as any Harf. Like Samwise said, I think who said that? We're in Lord of the Rings. One of them said something like that. I think I've had as much adventure as I should have. I don't remember who it was, but she did not have any adventure. She walked with her migration thing like they always do, and then the M&M wizards attacked them, and that's like the only adventure she had. So okay. The trivia is saying there are many stories that have been told of the wizards or Astarion in later ages, but not all of them have yet been heard. So are they saying he's some other wizard that we haven't heard of yet? She's very happy even though her husband died. They are not gonna go continue migrating, carrying baskets. They will not survive. They don't have carts. Build your carts again. They actually killed someone. I can't believe it. One of the main characters. She's gonna travel with the wizard? Ew, that backpack's made out of hair? What? They're all so crusty. They're all so dirty. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, get on with it already. Pacing is weird in this show. The pacing, the storytelling, I don't know what it is. It's like the show should be good, but like so many weird things about it. If the whole show was as good as this episode with how much they moved things along, this show would actually be pretty good. Instead of wanting it to be over, I'm like, oh, there's actually things going on that are holding my interest. I mean, this part is boring, actually, but whatever. Oh, they take so long. Just get on with it. Oh my gosh. They make some scenes so long. Like, they were literally hugging for like 3 minutes right there. Oh my gosh. Okay, I can't. I'm gonna fast forward this. Obviously, she's going, blah, blah, blah. You can't go. Yeah, you have to stay. No, I want to go. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, this is taking so long. Yeah. This whole Harfoot scene was how long? Oh my gosh. It's the most boring thing I've ever seen. This whole Harfoot scene was like 10 minutes long, literally. So long. Just cut it out. Like it could have been, that whole 10 minutes should have been 1 minute. 1 minute of her leaving. Oh my gosh. I'm so freaking bored of these freaking Harfoots. I want to go with you, yes. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my freaking gosh. Why are they melting? What is this? Wait, why are they melting her dagger? Is it made out of mithril too or something? Like, what? Is the dagger made out of gold and silver? Like he said, he was like, they needed gold and silver. Because they were like, we need like super pure gold and silver or something. But then she was like, no, actually, I have my dagger right here. It's made out of gold and silver. So just like that, like, no, they know that's the exact amount that they need of, like, gold, mixture of gold and silver. All right. I'm bored. This was the first time I ever fast-forwarded through one of these episodes. It's kind of dragging on. So Elrond is going to find out what Galadriel knows, which is that Halbrand is Sauron, or that Halbrand wasn't the king. So he's going to know, too, now. At least that much. He's going to probably question her at some point. All right, so they've been forging stuff. They've been forging away, forging a crown, forging a ring, forging 3 rings. I don't know what they're forging. They're forging a lot of things. Again, another like 5 or 6 minutes of just like them just like forging. The last third of this movie is just kind of super slow. So much epicness for so much boringness. Okay. Yeah, we saw them. Commander of the Southern Armies. Oh, there's a different ending now. It's like someone singing. I'll have to listen to that song, see if it's good. Oh my gosh. Okay. Pros and cons. All right. This episode was different than all the others. It actually felt like it was pretty good. Where every single other episode was hard to watch, this one was actually felt like an episode. That's kind of the best way I can describe it. It actually felt like a real episode, things happening, plot stuff happening, the story moving forward. It felt like things were going on. There was a cool interaction with the, I don't even know what they are. They got killed by Gandalf, the 3 lady wizard people, priestesses. There's still a bunch of stupid things, but it was overshadowed by the good stuff. So this was the only episode where the good stuff actually overshadowed the crappy things, I thought. It's still, the last third or so of the episode was really boring and drawn out, and it was just like 10 minutes of Harfoot's freaking talking, and we're just waiting for Nori to finally leave, and they hug for like so long, and I'm sitting here going, oh my god. I did actually fast forward on this one because I was like, I cannot watch this, they're not doing anything, and I fast forwarded like 5 times, and I was still waiting for them to leave. And then the same thing with where they were forging the rings. I was like, I already know what you're doing. Stop making it super slow. I know what you're doing. And it was like 7 minutes, and I was like, oh my gosh. If they had shortened the ending part and just made it a shorter episode, they could have literally taken out 15 minutes at the end. Then this episode would have been even better. And some dumb dialogue and a few other problems. This was actually a lot better than the other episodes. So this one was actually decent. An actual decent episode. The last episode of this. The last episode was the only decent one, and they should have done this from the beginning. They should have made it this much stuff. That's the thing. Like, it felt like there was a good amount of stuff going on in this episode, and I was like, oh yes, things are happening. Fights, battles, small scale battles, like little fights between wizards and stuff. And then reveals, I guess, was the biggest thing. The only thing was we already knew what was going on. Sauron, we knew who he was. So it wasn't like any reveals that were actual revealing new stuff to me. Like, I already knew. So it wasn't like, whoa, cool, whoa, amazing. It was like, thank you for revealing it finally. Holy shnikes. I don't know. It's just like finally releasing, taking the cork out of the bottle and finally releasing all the stuff that's supposed to be hidden, except the bottle is made out of clear glass. you know what I'm saying? Like, so we could see in the glass bottle, and we were like, oh, okay, we know what's in it, but we're just waiting for it to come out. And finally they pull the cork off and it comes out, and we're like, thank you for finally releasing the plot. The plot. Oh my gosh. This show is the worst show ever. But the last episode was half decent. So if only that showed the potential of what this show could be, this last episode right here. So there you go. I mean, what else is there to say? I'm obviously people are going to be talking about this show for a little bit longer, but I don't know. I don't think it's interesting enough to talk about for more than another couple days. So thanks for sticking with me here. It's been fun. There's been tears of not joy. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna listen to some of this music again. I'm gonna finish this song because it's the first time that there's someone singing a song at the end of the episode. But I'll see you guys next time. Make sure to subscribe and watch my other videos. Do it, for I am the Dark Lord.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw. Give me the meat and give it to me raw. Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Sex with men.
Oh my. Oh my.
Sex with men.